Fireside Chat. I'm Heather. I'm Director of Education here at Luminess. Guys, we are here each and every day for you so you learn more about Luminess, what we have to offer, how to wear it, how to put it on, how to get it, how to do it, how to wood it, how to blah, blah, blah. But we are here for you so you can ask questions as we go along. So I'm going to turn to Facebook, make sure that I am on the right page this time. Let's see, what are we up? All right, here we go. All right, so yeah, we're gonna do a little makeup now. So this is going to be the completed look. My face is prepped at the 10 o'clock. I did prep my face. I also had moisturizer on, all of that, and then of course my eyebrows are on. So let's get started on what we're going to do. See if I need anything. I don't think so. In this one, I think I am going to do the peach color corrector. Let's see. Yeah, I'm going to use the peach. Uh-oh. Looks like the video was interrupted. Are we still on? I don't know, because nobody can talk to me. Let's see how we're doing. Because it shows nobody on. Let's see. What am I looking for? Luminous. Is anybody out there? Luminous, can you hear me? Luminous Cosmetics. Luminous, can you see me? Says my video was interrupted. My video was interrupted. So I think nobody can see me. What time was this? Nobody can see me. All right. So we're going to end. Susan, can you see me? So maybe only YouTube can see me. Susan, respond back so I know you're here. It might just be you and I, babe, because Facebook is not working. So I want to see if maybe YouTube is. I don't know. All right. Well, I'm going to keep going. I don't know. So Susan, yay. Okay. Well, Susan, it's just you and me, babe. I'm using our peach color corrector. Are you a new beauty or are you just new to Luminess? All right, so I put a couple of drops in here. I'm going to put the peach color corrector underneath my eyes, spraying very lightly. And I'm just using the peach color corrector as kind of, it's going to correct dark circles, wrinkles, crinkles even. You can use the green if you have redness. You can use, if you didn't want to use this, you could use eraser, you could use X out. There's a lot of different things that you could use because you don't need a lot. When you're airbrushing, our makeup lasts for so long. As far as a little bit goes a long way, you're going to be using 10 times less makeup with Luminess. So I'm going to go ahead and start with my shade 3. Have you started airbrushing yet? Oh, good. Have you started? That's the key, is if you started. A lot of people get the system home and they're like, oh, I don't know if I can do it. But it really is easy. But the key is to get it out and play with it. So I put my drops right in here. You're going to hold it like you would a pen. So I put my middle and my thumb here. Index finger, just like if you picked up a pen and started writing, that's exactly how you would do it. And then you're going to hold it about 4 finger widths away. Barely pull back on the trigger. Now that's the one thing you're going to want to practice. If you haven't used it yet, put water in here and blow that all over your face, because that is the way you can get used to it and practice and have fun with it without, worrying about anything. Yay! So how'd you do that first time, Susan? Also know that you're going, I mean, it's going to take some getting used to. We always tell people to use it 7 days in a row. And by that 7th day, you're going to have a better handle on it. A little bit does go a long way, but you're not going to put it on the same way you would traditional makeup. So you have to put that out of your mind. When you're putting it on, you should question, like, okay, Heather doesn't know what she's talking about because nothing's coming out. Like, I really want you to question it because you should not see it go on. It should go on so lightly that you question whether or not. So you're just going to barely pull back on that trigger. You're letting the makeup out. If you took your finger off the trigger and just felt the air on your face, that is where the makeup's going to go. So when you're doing it and you have your forefinger widths away, you keep moving, you just keep making those passes until you get the coverage that you want. So I put my 5 drops in there. And I'm out now. So if I looked in the mirror and I'm like, okay, well, I need more coverage somewhere, I could put a couple more drops and then keep adding. If you're using, like, let's say 10, 12, even 20 drops right now, that's okay, because the more you use it, the more you're going to get used to it and the less makeup you're going to use. If it is not doing everything it says it's going to do and you're not loving it, just know we need to practice a little bit more, or you might be doing something wrong. You might be holding it too close. You might not be moving it fast enough, or maybe you're pulling back too hard on the trigger. 9 times out of the 10, it's pulling back on that trigger. So make sure you pull it very lightly. Okay. Well, and Susan, let me tell you what, that is the way to do it. You keep doing it, you keep practicing, but know that the makeup, because of how we're putting this on, is so forgiving that you have some wiggle room up in there. One time when I was doing on Fridays, we do Flub Up Fridays, where I do things to mess up. And it's things that you might do when you're first starting out. I actually started my makeup with a shade 12. I'm a shade 3, and I started with a shade 12, and you couldn't even tell. Now, once I started making a few passes, yeah, you could tell it was a little dark, but I didn't have to wipe it off. I could put my shade 3 in there and continue. I don't have to redo it. So no, there's a lot of ways to correct it, and it's very, very forgiving. All right. So now let me go in. Let's see. This is a shade 9. Do I have to? I'll do this one. I'm going to do, this is actually our matte bronzer. But I'm glad to hear that you did pretty good. That is awesome. Some people get frustrated and then they're like, oh, I can't do this. But you really can't. You weren't an expert the very first time you started traditional makeup. And so doing this might take some getting used to, because it's a whole different way of doing makeup. Plus, it's fun. There's air blowing in your face. It feels good. All right, I'm going to do a little bit of contouring. I'm just going to show you what exactly it can do. So I'm doing some little bit of contouring with it. And I'm just doing light contouring. And then let's see where I have a blush. And then I'm going to add Soft Rose blush. Now with the blush, it is super high pigmented, meaning a little bit goes a long way. So only do 2 drops of blush, and that is good for both sides of your cheek. Now, when you're first starting out, one thing I recommend is doing your blush first, then doing the foundation on over it, just because it does get intense. And so if it's intense, you can always go over it with the foundation, and it will even it out. I do a little bit on my eyes to give me a little bit of color on my eyes. And that is all I'm going to do on the blush, because the blush will come out a whole bunch. So if you do like 6 drops of blush, you're going to look like a crazy person. Just tell you that right now. But the key is to play with it, to practice, to have some fun. Now you can, on top of this, after you do your foundation and after you do everything, if you wanted to do, like, let's say you wanted to do, let's say you got the Lion King Circle of Life, you can add that on top. Or if you wanted to powder, you can do that afterwards. So that's what I love about Luminess. It's not all or nothing. So you don't have to do everything airbrushed. You can, but you don't have to do everything airbrushed, and you don't have to be like, oh, I have to do this or that. You can mix and match, which is a great thing. So I could do my foundation and then do sculpting and contouring with traditional makeup. So that's what's great about it. Hi, Andrea. I was very confused as to how to use the concealer in my kit because it was very light. And what was the Love Illuminator for? So the is it concealer or glow that you have? Is Andrea, what concealer do you have? Is it the traditional concealer or the airbrush concealer? And Love is a hydrating illuminator. Let me see if I have one out here. Love is beautiful. Love, if you think, oh, I'm too old or too mature to have a shimmer, Love is amazing. So a lot of our products kind of have multi-uses. And so Love, you can put a drop in your blush, or you can put, it's very subtle. So you can put a drop in your blush. I'm using it to give a little bit of shine right on my cheek area. So it's going to give you a little bit of a shine, but nothing major. So it's very subtle. I'm going to do a little bit on my brow bone here. Very subtle, very light. So if you have the airbrush concealer, that's something you're going to put out first. Andrea, if you saw the beginning, I used the peach color corrector. So wherever I put the peach color corrector, you would actually use the CC concealer. So the CC concealer I use under my eyes. I can even use it on my eyes because I have darker lids. I use it to cover any redness, imperfections. So I'll do it here and then kind of blend it down, and even do it on my eyes to blend everything out. Now the Love, try different ways. You can put a drop or two in your foundation, put a drop in your blush, use it separately and put it on afterwards. There's a lot you can use Love for, and it's so beautiful. It's more flesh color, so it doesn't stand out as much as Glow, which Glow is also a highlighter, but doesn't have the shimmer. So again, a lot of the uses are going to overlap. It just depends on what look you're going for, what you want, that kind of thing, what your needs are, all that. Yay, we have like a little private YouTube session going on. Any other questions, guys? I'm like, I'll wait for you. We're just hanging out now. I'm like, don't it? We're in that in-between time where it's like getting to fall, but it's still hot outside. Man, this is secret. There's some secret. Move that in a little bit. So that was Secret and Blood Moon on top of it that I just put right smack dab in the middle. All right. Let me get my hair down so I don't have that. I have that headband. All right, guys. Well, y'all had me all to yourself. Is there anything else you want to talk about? I need some mascara. I'll put some mascara on in just a minute. And of course, when I do these live chats, I will always show you different ways to put it on, different intensities, because everybody puts their makeup on differently. So you might have people that, just want to even out their skin tone, add a little color to the cheeks and let's go. Or you have those makeup lovers that's going to be that extreme. So I try to show you the extreme and you can cut it off at any point. And so that's something we can definitely do. Just know that happens during our live chats. You will see me do it in different order. You'll see me use different products. So if there's any product that you want to see, don't know how to use it, like the Love, the Airbrush Concealer, those are things I will use during our live chats. And normally we do the live chats at 10, 11, 3. Right now, we're getting ready for our conference, so it's a little crazy over here. But like, if you're on YouTube, make sure you follow us or subscribe to us, because it will pop up when we are on. Or you can go over to Facebook and join us on our Facebook, although YouTube's working better than Facebook right now. So there you go. All right, guys, you are awesome. And I'll hopefully see you soon. I'll see you tomorrow. Again, we're back here at 10 Central Time. All right, I'll see ya. Bye.